promised, we are back with part 2 of this podcast, and we're really excited because we've spilled the beans for you and we've tried to make it fun. So, see you there. One silly question. What is the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist?
Yeah, I know. I thought this would come up. So many a times people get confused or people think that it's
all the same, but I know it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, a psychiatrist is a person who basically comes from a medical background. They have a medical, clinical psychology or BSc. They have done medical background, and first of all, they can prescribe medicines. You know, they have been given that authority. Of course, there are, norms for it, but yeah. And psychologists are people who give you therapy. As I said, through non-medicating point of view.
They so can your give therapist can't give you medicines?
No, they are not.
Okay.
They are not allowed to. The psychologists basically, they are not allowed. Because they don't have that degree. They don't have a medical background. Right. So, of course, they cannot prescribe you any medications. But all they can do is they can give you treatments. They can give you all the ways that don't require medications. But if in some cases, if they feel that your condition is going beyond
medication also.
Beyond therapy,
right, then they will of course suggest you a psychiatrist, and then the psychiatrist can take your case forward with the help of medications.
Deep.
So
this is deep.
On that note, what is your take on people taking, these psychology tests that you get online? Because I know my friends would be rolling eyes.
Yeah, that's just like curiosity and inquisitiveness.
Like, so many times, are you depressed? Am I depressed? And you got this kind of quiz and you just answer that and you're like, you are depressed, you have this disease. I'm like, whoa, bro, take a chill. So like,
those are just, entertainment. Yeah, exactly. Nothing is real.
Media people, I tell you.
I know it. I know that drill.
So, yeah, you shouldn't take that seriously at all.
Yeah, guys. So now you know you're not supposed to be fooling around with your mental health by trusting what Google has to say about you.
Exactly.
Okay, with that being said, what is your take on people having issues or stress when they go in a public setting? Because I do know of friends who are really good speakers and they're really good in a one-on-one conversation, but put them in a group and oh my god, it's a nightmare.
They'll be the most awkward individuals ever.
Right.
Yeah,
so, how do you bust that kind of stress? I mean, what help can we suggest them, to get over?
Through practice, maybe they just need to socialize more. That's a measure I can suggest.
It's
but if you have friends who, are toxic in some way, like, for example, if you're a bit healthy, or if your skin is of a particular color. So many people have apprehensions about you.
Yeah.
So many people say that you're fat. I cannot be friends with you. I cannot be seen in public with you.
Right.
Instead of just being okay with that, you can just tell them on their face. Then if you cannot be friends with me if I'm fat, I don't want to be friends with you at all. Just have that guts to say and stand up for yourself. A lot of people fail to do that. A lot of people don't have the guts because, I don't know, they might think what the other person will think of me.
True.
I will be a bad person in that.
No, yeah, exactly. Like we did cover this sort of similarity in one of our podcasts, and that honestly, we were convinced that they are right. कि हमें कुछ कमी है and that is okay, that behavior is okay, was something we were convinced with, which is why we let go of it. We really didn't think about, it's about standing for myself.
True. No, I mean, if somebody calls you ugly, you tend to believe that you're ugly.
You are, yeah.
Because you give that such a strong remark.
You give that person so much importance that you start believing whatever they are saying. Instead, if you think about yourself, if you respect your own perceptions about yourself, I think you'll go way ahead in life.
I think it's really about you need to start respecting yourself. I think self-respect comes from you and not from others. It's just really that, you need to draw those boundaries where you know what is for you and what is not for you, and let go of things that are not for you.
Exactly.
With that being said, also, like, what is with Gen-zers and just everybody in general using terms like
Terms.
mental health disorders are being used so loosely. You are sad, अच्छा तू depressed है ना, क्यों क्या हुआ, promotion नहीं मिली, depressed? Like what is with
Depressed
that?
is a very strong word.
I mean, people just use depressed as if it's a normal word.
As if it's a
you don't
pronoun.
even, yeah,
Like
I
a
mean,
he
you
or
don't
she.
even know what
Where I
depressed
am
people.
depressed. Bro.
Depressed people go through so many serious symptoms,
Yeah.
so many serious conditions. You cannot just loosely just use like you're depressed. Oh, okay. I mean, no, it's not a joke. It's not a word that can be used very casually and very randomly in a conversation. It is a very serious thing that a person goes through, and you need to respect that. So,
And
yeah.
it's not just for depression, ना, और भी diseases है. कौन सा दूसरा bipolar? Like you switch personality. Bipolar? I'm just like, guys, like y'all are really dramatic. Like, what's with bipolar? I mean, what is your
Yeah,
take on
people
that?
having contrasting personalities. I mean,
You just
people
call
who
them out
are
with
not bipolar
diseases.
can also people who aren't bipolar can still have like two personalities and maintain both. I mean, I am different at home, but I'm different outside.
Yeah, you all just spoke
So
about
I am not
Having
bipolar.
different personalities
तो
and
तुम लोग
different
bipolar
settings.
थोड़ी हो गए. I mean,
Exactly.
Of course नहीं.
And I mean, these are also okay, but there is one word, one
OCD.
disorder. Exactly. I was coming to
OCD.
OCD. I mean, not everyone who likes things clean, who likes things a certain way, have OCD.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
OCD is such
Can you like legit define
like
what
such a
OCD
big
is?
word, such a big
every
disorder
neat
that
freak
people have.
is not a person
Yeah,
with
there is a
OCD.
big difference. Some people just like things neat, they don't like dust. They like things to be kept in a certain
huh?
way, or they like to dress themselves in a certain way. Doesn't mean that they have OCD.
So what
It's
is
just
OCD
there.
exactly?
So
Like, can
OCD
you
is,
educate
I mean, it is like much more than just keeping things in a normal way. When a person has OCD, if for example, if a thing is not kept in a certain way, for example, if this is the frame, if I want it like this, and a person with OCD doesn't see the frame like this,
In a
it
right
will
angle,
actually,
yeah.
it will actually play in their mind. And unless and until they make it the way that they want it, they will go crazy. I mean, that is how deep OCD is. You cannot just keep calling. For example, everyone has watched Friends here, I think.
Oh yeah.
They used to call Monica OCD. Honestly, I don't think she has OCD. She is just a neat freak. She likes things to be clean. She likes things to be kept in a certain way. Doesn't mean you can just label her that she has OCD.
But dude, like, I mean, I've watched Friends too, and she was thoda ati, manje. I mean, she would wake up at night to fix the shoes, and I'm like, then it has to be some OCD. I mean,
It
which
could have
normal
been.
human does
I mean,
that?
unless and until proved, I don't think you should label anything.
Huh,
right?
I mean, that
unless
is-
and until you
yeah.
have proofs about it, legit facts about it. You
And-
cannot you cannot just randomly label people.
Right.
You randomly people call dumb, you call them mad. I mean, you call it, you feel okay, you are
eccentric,
angry.
psychotic?
Yeah, I mean, you should
These
take
are
some
strong
time.
terms.
You should take some
I've
time to
heard
think.
I'm sorry. I mean, karma saved me. But even I have called people psychotic and eccentric. But I don't mean it.
I think that's
I
the
will
thing,
never
that we don't
use
mean
it.
in the literal sense, but the fact that we use it in a daily conversation so loosely is where the problem lies. The problem, again, we are the problem, Taylor Swift.
I am cis is me. I am cis. I use it. So after this podcast, I'm going to stop. Sorry, God. Sorry.
So, taking the conversation forward, I think when we are in social settings, generation today, the way it is, when people are in a social settings, when they are with groups, when they are with friends, they tend to be a pretentive personality. They want to be a person that is not themselves. They pretend to be someone else. They pretend to be a totally different person.
Right.
So, for example, that day I saw a couple and they were having a fight. And I don't know what they were. She was shouting, he was shouting. It was
Wow.
a mess. It was a
Was
drama.
it Durarka train?
And yeah, I mean, it was a complete mess. But after a while, she started crying, and the guy was literally trying to stop her. He kept the fight aside. He was just saying, "Stop crying. I don't want you to cry. We are in a public place. People are seeing you. I don't want to be seen with a crying lady." I mean, that is such a heartless thing to say. I mean,
Yes.
if someone is crying, if for a girl cries, it's normal. But even if a guy is crying, it is a normal thing. I mean, he is also human. He is allowed to cry. if in that moment, if something has angered him, or if something has triggered, he wants to cry, let him cry. What is going to harm you? Is anyone else saying anything about it? If people are looking, let them look. But that person, if crying is helping him, then why are you stopping that person? I don't understand. Why do people do this? I mean, do you have any other additions or thoughts about it?
I think I've been in situation like this, but crying to aata nahi
But
hai.
I hate when people say, ki, are you in junior KG? Stop crying. I mean, only junior KG people cry. Excuse me. I mean, why do they say
Again, crying has a
I've come
very
across
negative
reactions.
limelight to it.
Yeah,
I've
no,
come
exactly.
across reactions like this when they say, ki, why are you crying? Are you in junior?
No,
Are you in
I-
kindergarten? Why
Yeah.
only they can cry? Only babies can cry.
I mean, people cry even if when
Anybody
they are
can cry.
extremely angry. For myself, I don't
Oh.
usually only cry when I'm sad. If I'm angry at a person and if I'm shouting, I'm, literally furious at a person, I do cry. And that doesn't make me weak, or that doesn't make me anything less.
Exactly.
Anything less. If you're crying, it's okay. You portraying any sort of emotions, it is a okay thing. But in today's
True.
generation, it has become a thing with everyone that if you have emotions, you are weak. It is not the case. I mean, having emotions, it's the most natural human thing that you can feel.
I feel the
And you can
conclusion of
express.
this podcast should really be that live and let live. Let people cry. Get
Let
angry.
people,
happy,
let them do whatever
sad.
they feel like.
Let them live. I mean, why do you want
जबरदस्ती
to
क्या रुलाने का
control?
है?
हाँ, और किसी को रोना है तो रोने दो. तुमको क्यों सबको
I mean, they can be in
monitor करना
a
है?
situation in their life when they are expressing a particular thing. Who the hell are you to stop them from expressing that or feeling that?
True.
They can feel it. If they want to dance around in the middle of the road, they can do it. I mean, it's their life. It's their world. It's a world
Everybody
from their
has a
perspective.
style of processing
Exactly,
emotions. So you
exactly.
should let that happen and let it be okay with it. I mean, personally, for me, when it comes to processing emotions, it's a very slow process, and I take time. I need to figure it out before, if I'm to be angry or be it anything. If I'm feeling emotions, I take time to process what I'm feeling, and I go in a very silent mode. Like, I can't talk. I know you want me to talk, but I can't talk. I don't know what I'm
But
feeling.
sometimes
What do
that's also better. I mean, if you're angry, don't talk.
No.
Because if I am angry, either I'll not talk or I'll talk so much that the person would never want to talk to me.
I mean, then I
have to,
think
like,
you should
swallow
have
your
that kind
words.
of a understanding, and the person who you are actually furious, he should at least have that.
I like how you said it's a
maturity.
he. It's always a he.
Do you feel that works? I mean, counting backwards. Yeah, this was one of the
it does
one
work.
of the measures my friend suggested to me. She was like, my therapist told me, start counting backwards,
Yeah.
breathe in, breathe out. I have still not sensed any difference in her anger, but okay, I chose to believe, and I said,
this is one of the solutions that you can do, like counting backwards, or not counting if you want the alphabets. You can start rehearsing the alphabets backwards, or you can just breathe in, breathe out. If you think that you are going to lash out very badly, and if you think the other person is not mentally mature enough to understand your situation and your emotions, you can just breathe in, breathe out. That helps to calm yourself down.
That's with the thing with couples also. I mean, when the relationship gets toxic, they are like, let's take a break and we'll come back. And to me, I've always wondered कि तुम comeback के बाद क्या अलग होने वाला है?
Exactly. I don't understand
I feel
the
if one
concept
of the
break.
partners is hyper or aggressive or whatever it is, even after the break, he or she is going to stay the same.
Exactly.
Right? Unless he feels कि नहीं, मैं खुद को बदलने वाला हूँ.
That generally doesn't happen,
I
because
will change myself.
I mean, if something
nature.
is your natural personality, then you cannot change it. Like overnight, in 15 days, you cannot just change your entire personality.
Got it, guys. People don't change.
They don't.
They become
I mean,
worse.
if they have changed, you should definitely think of someone else to spend your time with, because people don't change. If something is natural to them, they will, till their last breath, they will keep acting that way.
At least I feel, even if they work towards changing, at some trigger point, the
they will
OG
lash out.
nature will come back.
And it will bite you.
It will bite.
It
Pura
will,
full
because-
sentence.
I mean, you cannot just imbibe something in yourself just because of a particular situation
Or for a person.
or
Because
for a person.
the thing is with change, it really needs to be for you and
Not for
somebody
someone
else.
else.
Yeah, it's really the bottom line of it all.
Yeah, so if you are making a mindful change, only then it is going to work. If you're just doing it for the heck of it, just to save your relation with someone, it is never going to work.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
do
just-
that, sis.
Yeah,
Beware.
Okay,
Yeah.
on that note, I think we've covered up pretty much all of the problems. Like we promised you, we have solutions. अगर problems है तो solutions भी है.
Okay, guys. So we thought we were done with this entire episode, but कुछ और बाकी है. Stay tuned.